Hi guys, welcome back to a new video of mine. If you don't know me, I'm Emily and I love talking about books. In today's video, I am gonna show you my March TBR, which is quite ambitious, not gonna lie, but I'm just excited to talk about it. So let's get about where get into. I hope the background noises are okay. It's a lot going on in my house, but I finally wanted to film my March TBR before it's too late, so we're just gonna hope for the best and not be disturbed by my housemates, but we'll see what happens. You know, I'm also sorry about the green walls. It's not my choice. I hate them very much, but what can you do about it, right? So yeah, let's just get into the books I want to read in March, and yeah, we'll see what happens, right? I mean, these are just my hopes. We'll see what happens, like, actually. And yeah, I've like set them apart in like romance, thriller and fantasy. So let's start with the romance. I'm not in a romance mood at all, but equally there are so many romance books on my TBR, so I need to read some romance books, you know. So I'm hoping I can get back into romance this month. I have high hopes. We'll see what happens, you know. we're just I'm hoping for it. But the first romance that I want to read, and that is maybe a little bit different from a romance, you know, normal romance, so maybe that will help. But I want to read Magnolia Parks because I've just heard so many things about it, and I want to get my own opinion about it, and we'll see what happens. Also, I've never watched Gossip Girl, so it should be interesting if I like it or not. But I want to read it this month, definitely. Then next one is The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I want to read her like college romances while I'm in college, you know, and not when some other time. But we'll see what happens with that one. But I want to read it, you know. But yeah, then the next romance I want to read is Addicted to You, and I feel like I need to read it because I want to read like the Addicted Calories series in 2023, and this is obviously the first one, so I need to read it. So yeah, it's the first one I want to read, and then one each month. And yeah, I don't have the highest expectations about this one because I've heard mixed reviews about the first one. Sorry, but maybe the next ones are gonna be better, so you know, you gotta start at some point. Then the next book I want to read is Things We Hide from the Dark. I've read Things We Never Got Over last month and I liked it, but I wasn't obsessed with it, and that was mainly because I didn't like Knox that much. He was just too grumpy, but I hope so much noise, his brother will be a little bit less grumpy, and I just, you know, want to read it because it's just newly released, so like I want to read it, you know. Anyways, also a new release I want to read is The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. I've read her other books, all of them, her whole backlist last year, and I don't know, I didn't like the Dirty Air series that much, like 3 stars maybe, and so that kind of made me like a little bit don't want to read a third book. I don't know, but I love The Fine Print so much, mostly because of Disneyland, but it's on my TBR, so we'll see what happens. And it's on Kindle Unlimited, like it's easy, so yeah. And then the last romance book that I want to read is by Christina Lauren, Dating You, Hating You, because it's set in Hollywood, California, and I'm currently living here, so I need to read it when I'm here. So yeah, those were all the romances I want to read. Hopefully more, but we'll see what happens. I don't want to like push myself too much so I don't get into a reading slump, but I'm hoping I can read some romance books well, we'll see. Anyways, the genre I'm loving at the moment so much, especially for audiobooks, but equally like physical copies, is thrillers. So I'm gonna read a lot of thrillers this month, you know, why not? And so the first one is Daisy Darker and Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney. I have this weird thing where I need to start reading books by one author by like the most popular or the most famous one. So I've been waiting to get this one for such a long time so I can read this one and then her backlist if I like it. So yeah, I want to read Rock Paper Scissors and then Daisy the Darker and then hopefully more of her backlist if I like it, which I probably will because I've heard so many good things about it. So I'm really excited to read those books. Then I want to read The Wife Upstairs. It's on my Kindle. No, it's on my Kindle. I got it from my library, so I have high expectations to be reading it this month before I need to give it away. So yeah, also thriller obviously, and it seems interesting, you know. And then All the Dangerous Things, because I have read Flicker in the Dark last month. Again, most popular one of the author. Now I can read other books by her. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading that book because it seems really interesting, and I loved Flicker in the Dark so much because throughout the book there were so many plot twists, and I really like that when that is in a thriller and not just the ending is incredible. So yeah. And then I want to read another book by Lisa Jewell because I've read The Night She Disappeared last month by her, and I want to read more books of her. So hopefully I'll get that from my library and then I can read more books by her. And I also love the British setting in her books. It's just, you know, something different. Yeah. And then we have YA thriller mystery, and that's None Shall Sleep. I've heard so many good things about it from Just Ellie, the booktuber. Love her so much and I really trust her reviews, so I want to read that one soon-ish. And I also want to read Five Survive by Holly Jackson because I love A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series so much, and yeah, that's her new release and I want to read it this month. Then we have a book I'm a little bit intimidated to read, but I need to read it, and I have to think in my book where I'm like, ugh, I don't want to read it because I know I'm gonna give it 5 stars, and I don't like, I'm so excited to read that and I don't want to lose the excitement once I've read it because then it's just over, you know. But it's The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and I love the cover. Oh my god, something about it, it's just like speaking to me. But because I've read If We're Villains, gave it 5 stars, one of my favorite books ever, and this one is supposed to be really similar, or If We Were Villains is supposed to be similar to this one, you know, this is the original. So we're gonna read the original and hopefully really enjoy it. But it's just, the font is also so small, but it's super floppy, like I love it. And yeah, excited to be reading this one. Then I want to read a book by Alice Oseman, probably Solitaire, because it's like the first one in her universe. I don't know if it's like a standalone, I think it's all standalones, but I still want to start with the first one, so I want to read Solitaire by her. We'll see what happens, but it's on my list. Then I need to read this book, like I've had it for such a long time, and I was just also a book I know I'm gonna give 5 stars probably, and I don't want to lose the excitement, is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. This book, I bought it in South Africa, it went to Germany with me, and then it went to the US with me, so it's been around the world and I want to read it. I don't want to bring it back to Germany and still haven't read it, you know. So hi on my TBR this month. If I don't read this book this month, yell at me please, because it needs to be written. No, it needs to be read. Yes, and I love the cover. It's stunning. Like, look at this. It's yes. And then we have a bit of fantasy, which I'm excited to read, but it's also a bit intimidating. But I have a lot of trilogies right now at home, and I need to start reading them. Like, I read one last month, All the Young Dudes, but I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, so, and on my Kindle. But you know, like, I need to read them. So we're gonna start with Shadow and Bone, because I got all of the books from my library, so I have them. I need to read them before I return them. That's why I'm gonna start with these. And then I have high hopes that I can also read Six of Crows and The Crooked Kingdom this month. Like, oh my god, I've been wanting to read these books for such a long time, but I have this thing again where I need to read like the books before that. And like, everybody says this is like, you know, a series which both can be read alone, but they're in the same universe, and this happens before that. And it's like, these books, I'm gonna read them first, give them a chance, because I'm scared that I love Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom and then want to read those and then have spoiled myself. So we'll be starting with these, and then hopefully later this month read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Those are all my reading plans. Those are probably not gonna be my audiobooks, which those are always a bit random and just what's available right now, because I can never like set a plan out for these books. But yeah, those are all the books on my March TBR, and I think it's quite a lot. Like, wait, it's 22 books, so it's quite ambitious, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, that was all the books plus some Kindle books. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope I see you in the next one. Please let me know all your books on your TBR that you want to read this month, and yeah, let me know your opinions on all these books. I love to chat about them. And yeah, thanks for watching. I love you guys so much, and I hope I see you in the next one.